Hey there YouTube. Today I'm gonna show you guys my standard deck tech of my standard, and this is what I play. I'm at my Friday Night Magics, and it's a green white populate or ramp into populate. And first, let's start off with the lands. I play 4 Temple Gardens, 4 Sun Petal Groves, 4 Celestian Guild Gates. I don't usually like to play them at the beginning, mostly because they come in tap. I like them better as later game. 2 plains, 4 forests, and for utility I have 2 Gabonese. They're good for putting counters on my cards, my creatures whenever I can't do nothing for the turn. 2 Rogue's Passages to hit my opponent with direct damage with my big creatures, and 3 Grove of the Guardians. Now for ramp, or acceleration, I have 4 Arbiter Elves, 2 Avacyn's Pilgrims, 4 Axebane Guardians, and 2 Chromatic Lanterns. I have them because I have so many generic lands that I need the lanterns in order to get color of any that I want. As for as for creatures, and these are creatures that these aren't the creatures that I like to ramp into, but they're creatures that can help me win if I get them at the right time, or just cards that are just in there for stalling time. I have 2 Batu Ghazi Guild Mages, 2 Loxodon Smiters, and 2 Tristanis, and 1 Wayfaring Temple. And this is what I want to ramp into. Usually these cards will usually win me the game or put me at the point where I have control of the game. And these cards are Collective Blessing, one of them, 2 Garruk's Primal Hunter, and 3 Armada Worms. This is usually what I do the populate on, either this or the 8/8 Elemental from Grove of the Guardian. And as for non-creature spells, I have 2 Call the Conclave, 3 Celestian Charms, 2 Oblivion Rings. Those are just in there for removal. Same thing with the Celestian Charm. And 2 Rootborn Defenses. Defensive card against aggro or board wipes. And 1 Groin Ranks. Just one of them, because most of the time I don't want to populate. I just want to get my big creatures like Armada Worm and the 8/8 Elementals. And once I get those out, then I want to start populating. That's why I only put 1 in there, just so I can get it a late game, and then start populating. And as for sideboard, I have 2 Blister Squirrels. I have these in case I have in case I end up playing a mirror match when I play another Celestian deck, and we're like stuck. This deck will this card will usually break the stall. Same thing with Druid's Deliverance, another stall breaker. I'll attack with everything. He either takes it or blocks it, and then on his turn he'll try to swing back, and I'll play 1, and basically I win the game. Whenever I play against regenerators, I play 2 Rest in Pieces, or Rest in Peace, 2 of them. I have just the one. Currently the Friday night, I have a friend that's letting me borrow the second one until I get my own or another one. I have a 4th Celestial Charm to complete the set in case I ever need to have all 4 of them. Artifact and enchantment. Hey, I have Sundering Growth. Removes destroys artifact or enchantment and populates. Good for my deck. I have 2 more Oblivion Rings in case I want to go more removal. And I have a 3rd Reborn Defenses in case I'm playing a complete removal deck or control. They just want to remove everything really fast. I have that just for protection. I don't have much flying in this deck, so another card I play is Eyes in the Skies. It helps me stall out the board. Basically just block their flyers long enough for my cards to end the game. And I have a second growing ranks just in case I need to have more populate. But usually I don't really sideboard in the second grind ranks. This is actually a pretty good deck for the games, the decks that they usually run. This deck will actually do pretty good. There's currently only one deck that this deck loses to very easily. It's green white humans. It's the one that with the one human that every time another human comes in, it gets +1/+1 counter. He usually does gives it double strike and rancor, and that's usually how he gets me most of the time. So I have to play a heavy removal against his deck, and it does pretty good. But most of the time when we face each other, he'll win me like 60% of the time. The other 40%, I get the win by sheer luck. So that's the only deck that my deck is actually having trouble against. Other than that, it does pretty good. It has the counter attacks against the mirror matches. It got good graveyard hate for regenerators. I got Oblivion Rings for whenever I play the burn zombies. Just Oblivion Ring their vampire the blood artist, and they usually don't have a way to get it back, and usually I end up winning. So this is a pretty good deck to play against, in my card shop where I go, and I don't know how I would do against other decks, but the ones that are currently playing at my card shop, it does pretty well. Well, that was the deck tech for this green white populate, and comment below and tell me what you guys think.